Start time, end time, elapsed time. It's a little difficult to see because my printer is not working too well, but our start time is 11:12 and our end time is 11:44. So we actually, excuse me, we start with the end time, 11:44 a.m., and that's important to put in minus 11:12 a.m. Very, very straightforward stuff. And your solution sentence recess would be 32 minutes long. All right, now, number 2, the assembly started at 3:02 p.m. and ended at 3:58 p.m. So we start with the end time. We know what time it ended, 3:58 p.m. We know what time it started, so we're going to have to subtract. That's the rule right there. Okay, and this is easy. That's 56 minutes was the assembly was 56 minutes long. That would be your solution sentence. Now, here's where it gets very interesting, and a lot of you are forgetting your rules, all right? Well, maybe not yet, so let's see. So we have our start time is 8:35 and our end time is 9:50. So we start with our end time. We know our end time, we know our start time. It's 9:50 a.m. minus 8:35 a.m. Okay, so we can subtract this, so we take 10 minutes, all right, and here we go, whoops, sorry, an hour and 15 minutes, that's how long soccer practice was. Okay, so now, this is where a bunch of you struggled, all right, and you forgot a bunch of rules. Okay, so clearly our end time is 1:05 p.m. and our start time is 12 p.m. So clearly we can't subtract that, all right? On the other hand, a lot of you reversed it because you got nervous and you didn't know what to do. Instead of thinking it out, we always start with the end time and end with the start time. Okay, so clearly you can't go like this, right? Because it doesn't make any sense. And even your math, people were going like this, and they were putting a 10 here when in fact you can't do that, right? It would have to be a 6, right? And then you would have to make it a 5 and make this a 10, 5, 55, and so on and so forth. But this is incorrect, right? You have to think 24 hours, right? So you have to add 12 to 1 o'clock. That would be 13:05 minus 12 o'clock, okay? Which is very, very simple. This is what you would have to do. This would become a 2. This becomes a 6. I'm sorry, right, exactly. I'm sorry, I forgot to solve this first. I couldn't even see. My eyes are killing me. My apologies, right? Ay, my eyes, it's too much with the computer screen. Sorry about that, all right? So I'm going to have to go up here to do this, because 13:05, sorry about that, minus 12 o'clock. That's my fault. It's very hard for me to see. Okay, yes, I need my reading glasses. 5:01:05, 1 hour and 5 minutes. That's how long lunch was, 1 hour and 5 minutes, not 55 minutes. And you could also tell, because to go from 12 to 1 is an hour. To make it simple, to go from 12 to 1 is an hour, and then there's 5 minutes after the hour. That's 65 minutes, or an hour and 5 minutes. Okay, and again, pause this tape as many times as you need to. All right, so here we go. Start time 6:45, end time 8:15, 8:15 p.m. minus 6:45 p.m. All right, this is easy. Right, we have 0, but we can't subtract this. 1 minus 5, we have to take an hour of power. All right, then we add 6 plus 1 equals 7. 7 minus 4 is 30 minutes, and 7 minus 6 is 1 hour and 30 minutes. So you need to pay careful attention to this. You really do, because a lot of you are forgetting your rules because you panic. Okay, but let me do this one more time. All right, 8:15 p.m. minus 6:45 p.m. Okay, 5 minus 5. We solve that first, and a lot of you don't do that. You say, oh, I have to take an hour. No, 5 minus 5 can be solved. Take an hour of power. Okay, you could do this. I'm just doing this up here. 6 plus 1 which equals 7. 7 minus 4 equals 3. And 1 hour and 30 minutes. All right? So now, again, don't panic. Use your rules. They're there for a reason. 2:20 p.m. minus 1:37 p.m. Okay? Now, we can't solve this, but we can take 10 minutes, so we'll take a 10 to make it 10. All right? 3 minutes. Now we can't solve this, so we have to take, again, our hour of power. And a lot of you were not doing this. I don't know why. Okay, so we have our 6 plus 1. It's a little hard to see. And we can make it into a 7. 43 minutes. For how long was the exercise video? 43 minutes. Okay, that would be your solution sentence. Again, start time 7:50, end time 10:04. 10:04, you can see already you have to take an hour of PM, and you can see you're going to have to take an hour of power at some point. Right here, it's going to tell you. But let's solve first. 4 minus 0 equals 4. That's great. All right, so we have nothing, we can't solve this. We can't take an hour here. So we're going to take 10 hours and put it right over here. Okay? 10 hours. Then we have enough here, but we need an hour here. So we take 1 hour. 9. Okay, and then we give this 60 minutes or an hour. And now we can solve. 2 hours and 14 minutes. I think that's how long the game was. It's hard. This copy didn't come out too great. Okay, so the hours are the same. So it's really easy. 7:14 a.m., 7:57 a.m. When the hours are the same, it's simple. Okay? 43 minutes. How long was the dog's nap? He had a good snooze for 43 minutes. Okay, so let's go over here. We have 2 hours and 2:10 p.m. and 3:03 p.m. They are different hours. Okay? Now, there are different strategies. I know a lot of you, which was very good. I saw a lot of great work where you knew 2 to 3, it's at least going to be an hour. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of strategies with this. One of the students who, well, I'll get to that anyway. She did a really, really great job. I like what she was doing. I'm not going to mention any specific names, okay? So let's go 3:03 p.m. minus 2:10 p.m. Okay, so a couple of strategies. We know it's going to be about an hour or close to it, all right? But these hours are different, so there's definitely going to be an hour of power that's involved, all right? So 3 minus 0, we can solve. That's great. But we can't solve this, so we take our hour of power. I'm just making it dark so you can see. 53 minutes, okay? But you could also kind of do something like this. Here's another strategy to make it easier for you. We know that 3 minus 2 is 1 hour, right? Okay. But now we have 10 minutes minus 3 minutes, which is 7. So what's 60, or an hour, right, equals 60? Now, going here, what's 60 minus 7? Well, 53 minutes. You can do it, I'm sorry, you can do it that way. I don't know, my apologies to you. Okay? It's the same idea. But when the hours are different, you know there's going to be an hour of power involved, all right? So the next one is 4:55 p.m., 6:18 p.m. Start time, end time. So we'll start with 6:18 p.m. minus 4:55 p.m. All right? Actually, I'm going to turn this over because you can see it more clearly. All right, so 6:18 p.m. minus 4:55 p.m. Okay, we can solve. And a lot of you say, oh, I know I have to take an hour of power. I need to do that first. No, you go in order, the rules. 8 minus 5 equals 3. That's great. Okay, we can't solve this. Show you another strategy after. We take an hour of power. we have to add 6 to 1. You want to do it like this, you want to do it on top, whatever it is, but 6 plus 1 equals 7. 7 minus 5 equals 2, and 5 minus 4 equals 1. So it was 1 hour and 23 minutes. But again, let's take a look over here. So we know it's 6 o'clock and 4 o'clock. That's 2 hours, right? Okay, so now we have 55 minus 18. Any strategy works, but there's just, you have to show the work. That's the point. All right, these types of strategies, not any type. Pardon me on that. Okay, so we can't solve this. We take a 10 to make a 10. Okay, and then we have 37 minutes, right? So now what we have to do is we have to subtract 2 hours minus 37 minutes. Okay, well, you don't want to, a lot of you don't want to do the hour of power and 37 and I got to do that. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave this aside for a second. All right, so then you have to understand that 2 hours equals 120 minutes. Okay, minus 2 hours equals 120 minutes minus 37. All right, so let's solve. All right. Okay, 83 minutes, but then you have to convert that. So I know that 60 minutes equals 1 hour. Okay, so that's 1 hour and 23 minutes. You could do it that way. That's fine. Okay, but getting back to this, let's say you wanted to do this. So you could do it like this. You can't solve, you can't solve. Take an hour of power. This becomes a 6. All right, we can solve here, but we can't solve here. Now we need to take 10 minutes. 1 hour and 23 minutes. Solve this, use this tape, this video as much as you want, but you need to show your work. We're going to do it again.